Now we come to intravenous anesthetics, and here we will discuss in a bit detail the intravenous pharmacokinetics, which comes in the miscellaneous category like ketamine, etomidate, and propofol, and we will shortly discuss or briefly discuss the benzodiazepines, opioids, and barbiturates because you have separately studied them. Propofol. Propofol is the intravenous miscellaneous anesthetic agent, and in many countries it is most frequently used for the induction and maintenance of anesthesia, and it has largely replaced benzodiazepines because of its various favorable properties. It is rapidly metabolized in the liver and has high plasma clearance, and this accounts for its rapid onset and rapid recovery. It is used as a hypnotic agent because it causes CNS depression, and it is the anesthetic agent with no analgesic property. Because of its more complete recovery, it causes less post-operative nausea, vomiting, and hangover effect. It is mainly indicated for its rapid action as induction therapy, and because of its pharmacokinetic profile, where it is used as continuous intravenous infusion, it is used for the maintenance of anesthesia. Along with that, the other uses are for sedation of patients in ICU care and for the short duration general anesthesia procedures which occur outside the OT rooms like interventional radiology suites and emergency department. The side effects of propofol are mainly hypotension and respiratory depression due to cardiovascular and respiratory center depression. It causes apnea. As it is available in and it is a poorly soluble compound. It is available in emulsion form, therefore it causes pain at the site of injection. Apart from that, it causes muscle movements, hypotonus, and tremors. The next intravenous agent is etomidate. It has very fast onset of action, and anesthesia occurs within seconds. Similarly, rapid recovery occurs following induction, and the recovery rate is 5 times that of thiopentol. It has hypnotic effect and has no analgesic effect, and it is favorable agent because of its less cardiorespiratory depression. But some of the endocrine effects limits its use for continuous infusion. It is basically used in those patients who have compromised myocardial contractility, and there we can use etomidate as compared to propofol and barbiturates, which have more adverse effects. The disadvantages of etomidate are that it has no analgesic effect, it causes myoclonus activity, and it causes high incidence of nausea and vomiting following the recovery of patient. The endocrine adverse effect that limits its use is the adrenal suppression and includes hypotension, oliguria, and electrolyte imbalance. And this adverse effect persists 3 to 4 hours after the intravenous infusion. Now the third and the most important intravenous anesthetic agent is ketamine. Ketamine is famous for its special anesthesia that is called dissociative anesthesia. It means that the patient remains conscious though amnesic and insensitive to pain. Pharyngeal and laryngeal reflexes are retained. The patient's eyes remain open with a slow nystagmic gaze. It is the only intravenous anesthetic with analgesic properties. The mechanism of action is, although not clearly understood, but it is said that it causes antagonism of glutamic acid, which is an excitatory neurotransmitter in the brain through NAMDA receptors. It has unique properties, and it is a highly lipid-soluble compound given by multiple routes like IV, IM, oral, rectal, and epidural. Due to its high lipid solubility, it has rapid onset of action, and the duration of action lasts for 15 minutes to 1 hour. It is metabolized through liver. On different organ systems, it produces multiple effects, like on CNS, it produces analgesia, amnesia, post-op psychic phenomena, which is the appearance of colorful, vivid dreams, hallucinations, and tactile, visual, and auditory sensations. These reactions may be associated with fear and confusion, and this can be avoided by giving the patient benzodiazepines along with the ketamine. On our cardiovascular system, it produces cardiostimulatory effects and may cause slight increase in blood pressure. On the respiratory system, the useful effect is that it causes minimal respiratory depression and relaxes the bronchial smooth muscles, and therefore it is favorable for the patients who have the complaint of bronchial asthma. Due to its unique properties, it is used for both induction and maintenance of anesthesia and for multiple outdoor procedures like dressing of burns in children, bone marrow sampling, minor orthopedic procedures, and in patients who can't take general anesthesia due to their high risk, patients in shock because of its cardiostimulant property, and minor surgical procedures like skin grafting, abscess drainage, and circumcision. Adverse effects are not very prominent except for that it causes no skeletal muscle relaxation and the post phenomena. Thiopentol comes from barbiturate group, and the unique pharmacokinetic properties include ultra short acting property due to high lipid solubility, rapid onset of action, and extensive distribution. On cardiovascular system, it produces hypotension and causes respiratory depression and decreased metabolism and blood flow. On the liver, it, like other anesthetics, causes decreased blood flow and decreased GFR in kidneys. The favorable properties like rapid onset of action, short duration of action, make it possible to use it as agent for induction of benzodiazepine are basically used as pre-anesthetic medication before anesthesia. They cause high degree of anterograde amnesia, which we require during the operation or during perioperative time, and it causes prolonged CNS depression, which in some cases can be reversed by flumazenil. Opioids are again they are used as pre-anesthetic medication to cause loss of pain, and it causes chest wall rigidity leading to impaired ventilation.